forget it. I try not to let it get to my mind, but knowing someone is crying and moaning, praying that they weren't homeless.
Nowadays, the government people act like they don't care. They're more concerned about war and like, what else I gotta wear?
We're here to raise awareness for real issues that are affecting their community. People with money think they have immunity.
That's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Instead of seeing me as a brother, instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's what's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if he's close to me? I'd rather go back to the way we played this game with dance change. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. The money from our rent has not been paid.
Well, I can assure you the check has been made.
Yes, but it's not the usual amount.
Well, we have some information that has made us recount.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
We've heard word that someone else has been feeding your hand.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, ma'am, there's no need to shout.
I'm a single mother of 3. I swear no one's helping me.
What about your boyfriend, baby father we hear lives with you at TB?
Well, how is that your worry? Why is my personal life your business?
Madam, if baby father is paying your rent, it is our business.
He hasn't helped me from the start, so what makes you think he's here for me now? I pay my own way.
Sorry, ma'am, the rules are the rules. What else can I say?
This isn't fair. I would like to file a complaint.
I'm sorry, our time's up, but have a nice day. We have a welfare office! There are many of these kinds of offices across Toronto! Every day, poor people are forced to go into these buildings and fight for their lives! These are dangerous times we live in! Very dangerous times! We must organize! We must talk to each other! During the 30s, there were men and women who organized against evictions. They took over City Hall. They gathered in Elgorns by the thousands, demanding work and food and housing. Today, again, we are standing together to say that we need the basics.
Let the people speak!
Okay, guys, can we move back for the horses? We're scaring the horses.
Who works in there? This would be working.
Where's the security when they're denying you your welfare, your special diet? You don't have any special protection, do you?
We are gathered here today at this rally to protest against the increasing poverty in the community and across the city and the province. In particular, the residents of the Jane and Finch community and the larger Black Creek area have the following demands. We demand a guaranteed minimum annual income for all residents of Ontario and across the country so that no one continues to live in poverty. We demand megaphones that work better. We demand a 40% increase in the rate of social assistance for Ontario Works and Ontario Disability Support Program benefits, as the current rates do not allow people to live at the basic standard of living. We demand access to special diets, startup and other available benefits. We also demand dignity and respect. We demand high quality and accessible services for everyone. We want the information regarding all available benefits to be transparent and fully accessible. We want social service workers to be able to do their best to help us access the benefits we are entitled to. Please contact us for the response or ideas on how you can meet these demands. We will send a copy of this letter to all appropriate government authorities and the media. We would also like you to inform the city and the provincial authorities about our actions and the above demands. Yours sincerely, Jane and Finch Action Against Poverty. And we will not be defeated. United will not be defeated.
This is your girl Butterfly. We're at the local welfare office at ODSP, Jane and Finch Action Against Poverty. Their movement, their action today, October 23rd, went down as a huge success. We have tons of people here. YCF, No One's Illegal, OCAP, Jane and Finch Action Against Poverty, Jane and Finch on the Move, of course, JaneandFinch.com. We're going to get some interviews about how things went down today.
We're here representing the 50,000 members of the York Federation of Students. We're here because we want to end poverty. We want to demand that the government increases funding into childcare, into housing, into transportation, into public education. It's not fair that these corporations are getting bailouts and the regular working class people, regular poor racialized people like you and I are not getting our bailout. So it's about time that we get our bailout. On November 5th, thousands of students, community justice activists, labor unions, and everyone are hitting the streets because it's time that the government increase funding into all of us. If they have the money to drop bombs on innocent people in Iraq and Afghanistan, then they should have the money to put money back into regular working class people like you and I. We know it's one thing to meet with the government, shake their hands, smile, but we know it's another thing to take direct political action, because the only thing that ever creates real social change in our society is when the people take action into their own hands. So sisters and brothers, join me on November 5th and join thousands of people who want real justice for all people in this country.
I'm here, I represent the Continuing Education Student Association, and we have a bunch of people who've either been in the workforce and come back to school because they've been laid off, because they want to upgrade their skills and get a job that pays a living wage, something like that. And so our members in particular are really concerned that we end poverty, and part of doing that is also lowering tuition fees so that people can access post-secondary education. So coming out here to protest low rates for welfare and for ODSP and the difficulty in that is why I'm here.
Because I want to affect the future, because I know it's not going to happen right now, but if we continue doing this over and over and over, we'll get what we want.
Like we said last time, we need to be heard. We need for people to understand what we're going through so they could educate themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, just to reduce poverty in general. We can't be living paycheck to paycheck. That's just not the way it should be here.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to share?
People have to understand that systematic barriers keep people where they are. They allow the cycle of poverty to continue, and that has to end now.
Now!
Well, let's read this. Did you know in 1989 the government said that by the year 2000 child poverty would be eliminated? It's 2009. Child poverty rates are the same. 11.7% equals 13 million children living in poverty. Why do we have to be out in the rain to be heard? Why is it that we're still struggling to survive? Why is it that we don't have access to education? Why is it that we're not being heard, yet we're screaming at the top of our lungs?
The levels of poverty in this city and in this country are unacceptable. And unless we raise our voices and tell the government that, tell the workers who work in these places who are treating people like shit, like crap.
It's okay, it's JaneFinch.com.
unless we raise our voices and we make a stink about it and make some noise about it, people aren't going to listen.
All right. So there's a lot of groups that have come together. Why is collaboration important for movement building?
Because that's how you make your voices heard, right? If there's like 100 people yelling and screaming, that's way better than one person yelling and screaming. It makes a big difference, That's how you can just fight the power. You're 200 people and you're all connected together and all having a good time and all loving each other. That's where the power comes from.
Every day people come to these offices, they get treated like shit, they get treated like they're not even human, they get turned away when they're forced to come to welfare offices because they don't have any money, because they can't find a job or whatever.
So the layers of poverty are intertwined. If you can't get a job, you can't buy food, you can't take care of your family, you got health problems, you got stress. Damn, poverty sucks.
It does, exactly. And I mean, No One's Legal fights around immigrant and refugee rights, and we know that, people who are immigrants, who are refugees, who don't have status, are the last ones to get hired, the first ones to get fired. So when they're forced to come here, they should be able to come here. It's a right to be able to live, to be able to have a decent income. And we also know that there's hundreds of thousands of people in the city alone that don't have status. They can't even get welfare. They can't even get social housing. So when we're fighting to make sure that people get access to welfare, we need to make sure that people, even without status, who are undocumented, need to be able to access this too. It's a basic human right.
All right, thank you. Human rights. Basic human rights. What can I say? I think we're moving out though. Yeah. So for JaneFinch.com, I'm Butterfly. The police is kicking me out.